In this video, we will learn how we can work with images in .NET Core Razor pages. Let's look at the quick demo of this application. We will display records with images in the table. It is empty right now, so let's add few records. You can also edit the records. And it is how we can delete the records. It is the basic application we are going to create. So let's get started. First of all, let's discuss about the tech I am using in this application. I'm using .NET 8 Razor pages, Dapper micro-ORM, and Microsoft SQL Server as a database. This video might be fast for you, so pause the video if you need. Source code link is available in the description, so let's get started. First and foremost, let's create the database. Create the database with name image upload Razor pages. Now execute the command. Use image upload Razor pages. Now create the table person with these columns. Open the Visual Studio, click on the create new project, search the Razor pages template and select it. Project name will be image upload razor pages.ui and solution name will be image upload razor pages. Click on the next. Now click on the create and our project is created. Now we need to add one more project. Right click on the solution, add new project. Search the template class library and select it. Name the project image upload razor pages.data. Now click on next and now click on create. Our project is added now. So let's delete this class1.cs file. We do not need this file. Now we need to install few packages, so go to the tools, NuGet package manager and select package manager console. Change the default project to image upload razor pages.data. Now we will install these three packages in this project. You can verify the installation here. Now open the app settings.json file and add the connection string. Server will be the instance name of your SQL Server. Make sure to copy it from the SQL Server Management Studio. Now add a new item, model /person.cs, and it will create person.cs file inside the models folder. If models folder is not present, then it will automatically create this folder. Put the semicolon and change the internal to public. Add the following properties with the data annotations. The last property of iForm file is not related to actual table. We need it to hold the images. Let's press Ctrl dot and I'm not able to find its namespace. So we need to add a package in this project. Double click on the project, image upload razorpages.data and add this line here. Go back to the person.cs file and press Ctrl plus dots here and add this using statement. Now create a file person repository.cs inside the repositories folder. Remove the unused lines, put the semicolon and change internal to the public. Create the constructor and inject iConfiguration service to it. Create a private read-only field, string, connection string. Assign value to the connection string. The value we are passing to the getConnectionString method should be same as the key of the connection string defined in the app settings. Now create a new async method add person that have an argument of person type. Create the new IDB connection using keyword take care of disposing IDB connection. Create the insert query. Now call execute async method and pass the anonymous object with these values. Similarly, we can create the update method. You can replace the anonymous object to the person object because it contains all the needed properties. Let's define the delete method. Now let's define the getPersonById method. Create the connection, create the SQL for getting records by ID. Call the query first or default async method because object can be null here and return the person object. Similarly, we can create the getAll method. Go to this section, click on the text person repository, press Ctrl plus period symbol or dot symbol and select the extract interface. I'm going to extract it in the same file. You can also extract it in the new file and it will automatically create an interface for us. We have extracted the interface here. Now open the program.cs file and add the iPerson repository service to the DI container. Now add new item shared / file service.cs. Remove the unused line, put semicolon and change internal to the public. Create the constructor and inject the iWeb hosting environment service to it. Now question is, why do we need the service iWeb host environment? First of all, we need to understand the logic of saving the file. When we add the record, the file name will be saved in the database and actual file with the same name will be saved inside the www.root/images folder. To get the path of www.root folder, we need iWeb host environment service. Create this save file method that takes ifrm file as a parameter. It will have few more parameters like string directory and string array of allowed extension as a parameter. First and foremost, find the www path var www path equals to web host environment.webroot path. Now get the path by combining www path plus directory. In our case, our path will be www.root/images if we pass images as the directory value. Check the path. If it is not exist, then create the directory. It means if images directory is not present here, we will create one inside the www root folder. Get the extension of the file. Check if this extension is present in the allowed extension array or not. If it is not present, then throw the exception. Otherwise, create the unique file name with the GUID and extension. So we are combining GUID and extension to create a unique file name. Get the new path by combining path and new file name. Now these two lines have the actual logic of creating the file. Create the instance of file stream with the create mode. Copy the content of the file in the file stream, and at the end return the new file name. Now create the delete file method. Find the full path of the file. If this path does not exist, then return not found exception. Otherwise, delete the file. Go to this section, click on the text file service, press Ctrl dot and select extract interface. I'm going to extract it in the same file. We have extracted the interface here. Now open the program.cs file and register the file service to the di container. Now inside the pages folder, create the new folder or directory with name people. Add a new Razor page with name index.cshtml inside the people directory. Open the index.cshtml.cs file. Here create the constructor and inject the iPerson repository to it. Create the property person list of type IEnumerable person. Change onGet method to the onGetAsync method. Retrieve people list and assign it to the person list. We need to add attribute bind property here to use this property in the page. Now add a heading, add a link button for add more person. Check if person.personList.count is greater than 0. Then create the table element with headers, name, profile, picture and action. Loop over the model.personList, create a row inside it. In the first column, display first name and last name. In the second column, check if person.profilePicture have the value, then display it, otherwise display the text no image. The last column will contain the two links button, one for edit and another one is delete, but we will define them later. In the else block, display no data found. Open the layout page, add the link for people where sp page equals to people. There are few typos in the person repository. Add person method won't return anything. Do the same in the interface too. And ASP page should be people/index. Update the title and the footer. Update the brand name too. Add the new Razor page add.cshtml. And open its CS file. Create the constructor and inject iPerson repository and iFile service. Now create the onPostAsync handler. Now add new item. Shared / notification types.cs. Put the semicolon, make this class static. Add the constant success message and error message. We use these constants as the temp data key to maintain the consistency in the keys. Create a new property of person type and add the bind property attribute. In the post handler, if validation fail, then return to the page. If image file is not null, then check its length. If file's length exceeds 1 MB, then throw the invalid operation exception. Now set the person.profile picture by calling the fileservice.savefile method. Pass image file, folder name and allowed extension array to it. Now outside the if block, call the add_person method, set the success message and return to the page. Add the catch block for the invalid operation exception, another catch block for file not found exception, and one more for all other generic exceptions. Open the add.cshtml file, add a heading and link button that redirects us to the people's index page. Now create a form. Method will be post enc type equals to multipart / form data. This attribute is needed for posting files. Add the input type for first name with the validation message. Add the input for last name with the validation message and add the input type of file. For the image file, it is not a mandatory field, so we do not need validation message for it. Add the button with title save. In the index page, rename this link to the people/add. Now we need to display the success and error message somewhere. So open the browser and search bootstrap 5 alert. Select the dismissible alert, copy the code, open the layout page. Type here if temp data notification types dot success message doesn't equals to null, then inside the if block paste the code we have copied earlier. Change class to the alert success from the alert warning. Display the temp data message instead of this. Do the same for the error message. Replace success message with error message and success class with danger class. Let's fix this typo and let's run the code and add some data. Now you have noticed that we have the images folder here now and we have one image inside it. Add the new razor page, update.cshtml. Create a constructor and inject the iPerson repository and iFile repository to it. Add a property person of type person and add the bind property attribute to it. Now convert onGet method to the onGetAsync method or handler. It takes int id as a parameter which we would receive from the URL. Get the person with the id. If person is null, then return not found. Assign retrieved person to the person property and return to the page. Now add the handler on post async. Add the namespace image upload razor pages.ui.shared. Check the validation message first. In the try block, create and label a string variable of old profile pic and assign empty string to it. Now create an if block for image file is not null. Check the length of image file. Set the old profile picture before setting the person.profile picture's value, which we get by calling save file method. Now outside the if block, call update person method. If old profile picture is not null, then delete the old profile picture. set the success message and return redirect to the person/index page. And we need to add multiple exceptions, so catch them. Open the update.cshtml file. It will be pretty much similar to the add person page. Heading will be update person. We will have two hidden fields, ID and profile picture. And one more change, if this record contains any image, then we need to display it here. Everything else will be the same as the add page. Now open the index.cshtml file, add the link for update page here, run the project. Now let's try to update this record. Change the profile pic to, and it is working fine. You can see that in the images folder, old image is deleted. Now let's try to update this record. We won't post any image here. Now I am getting an error here. Let's put the breakpoint and try to debug the code. And I found the problem. The problem is I am trying to delete the image that does not even exist. The old image have an empty string, so it will always go to the if block. So we need to change this condition. It must be if negation string dot is null or white space old image. Now let's update the records. And everything is working fine. Now we will work on the delete functionality. Open the index.cshtml.cs file, inject ifile service to it. We also have a delete handler, so create the delete handler on post delete with argument int id. Get the person record. If person is null, then return not found. Call the delete person method. Delete the profile picture if person have one. Set the success message. Now handle the invalid operation exception, file not found exception, and a generic exception. At the end, redirect to the person/index page. Now open the index.cshtml file. We need to call the delete handler, and we cannot directly call it. For that, create a form method equals to post and set sp page handler equals to delete. This will call the delete handler. Set the style. On submit event, open the window.confirm. That will open a prompt before deleting the file. If it returns false, then form won't be submitted. Since delete handler needs a parameter int id, so we need to create a hidden field with name id and value equals to a person.id. At the end, create a button with text delete. Let's run this project and try to delete a record. Everything is working fine. This logic is not universal. It works only with the local system, where you can physically save the files. If your app is in the production, you might need to tweak the file handling code if your hosting provider allows you to read and write files, then you can use this code. And if you are using the cloud services like Azure and AWS, they have dedicated services for uploading the files, and you have to create the file service according to them. Hit the like button if you find this video helpful. Make sure to subscribe this channel to get more videos like this. So that's it for now. See you next time.